So today I'm very happy to address these occasions regarding on the life. Because of that, I selected this thematic approach to you. This has multilinguistic and multicultural and some kind of multi-philosophical significances in this world. Especially I'm talking about this is regarding on this current society and especially regarded with our household life as a human beings. So I'm addressing you all as a human beings about the life. Absolutely, what's the life? To my way of thinking, the life is something which is different to understand and different to interpret in typical. What's the reason for that? Life is some concept of abstract in the universe. It's not a concept we can realize or we can interpret within using our limited words and limited languages terms. Why is that? Language is a term or language is a lesson in our internal thoughts or of and in our internal inward conversation. That's why I'm thinking in brief to deliver you how to approach to our life in correct way, in very rectified way. How is that? Life is something like a cloud, something like a blooming flower, something like a flowing river, or something like a house of window. But everyone don't attempt to teach or don't attempt to attribute like that. Almost life has been very complicated. And also life has been very intoxicated with some of facts with the sustainable development world. So we should learn how to realize, how to enlighten our rectified meaning of the life. Absolutely. In the accordance with the universal rhythm, the fulfilled meaning of the life is satisfaction or a spiritual complacency. What's the spiritual complacency or spiritual satisfaction? It is directly regarded on our internal world, not regarding on our external world. But according to the discourse of the Lord Buddha, the sometime the Lord Buddha has delivered to his disciples, there are two ways as the extremes in the world. What are the two ways? Some way is this side, some way is this side. So the world is depending upon all ways in the theorem of dualistic. So if we want to be satisfied in our life, definitely we want to realize this dualistic rhythm of the world. What's the dualistic world? One side and another side, suffering and also happiness. One side there is a conquering or winning, there is another side a losing. There is a battle or struggle, there is a peaceful and harmonization. There is a something kind of gentle, there is something kind of brutal. But we can't negotiate or we can't neglect about two terms, about two ways of the life, because so this is the naturalistic condition of the natural world. So one thing we can do that if we want to satisfy in our life at all, if we want to get a spiritual competency, a spiritual complacency, if your life, absolutely, firstly, you must try to understand this dualistic world, this extremes world. When you are going to understand these extremes in your life, absolutely at the moment you will definitely be satisfied. You will definitely be enlightened the real meaning of the life. Absolutely, this is the spiritual secret of getting complacency, getting incalculable valueness in your incredible and unbelievable life. So, in very brief, I wanted to talk about you. Life is not as you think. Life is something as it is as. So, if you want to realize the life, if you want to satisfy the life, you should try to enlighten life as it is. What's the context? What's the real context of the life? That is surrounded in our entire world system. So eventually, I am very happy to say that as a universal being, every human being has a root of the suffering, and also every human being has a root of the happiness. You should be clever. You should be very crucial to select or to judge what's your choice. If your choice may be suffering, if your choice may be happiness, that's the way, that's the solution. Your life is what is. So, the meaning of the life is directly contrasted with your decision, with your contrasted approach in spirituality or maturity. However, this kind of interpretations, this kind of sayings, this kind of thoughts, not only that, this kind of attitudes, this kind of logics, this kind of reasonings, every terms, every different kinds of multidisciplinaries, you can approach to the goal of your life finally. That's the finalization, that's the pinnacle of life. Only spiritual satisfaction, nothing at all. It is the pinnacle, it is the utmost pleasure in your life. That's the meaning of the life. Thank you very much.